Alright, hey, welcome back to a second installment of Star Control 2. Last episode, the first episode, we finished up with some long-winded dialogue, getting some of the lore. And now, let's look at the outfit starship. Alright, so, this is how you customize your spaceship, obviously. And I do believe fuel. We should buy fuel. I think we can hold. Oh, we can hold more. We can hold 60 fuel. Okay. And that's left us with 1919 RUs. So you can see on the back there is that canister, that gray canister looking thing. That's the fuel section. I think the one next to it is like the crew, and the gun is in the first, and I'm not sure about the middle one. That might just be like a hull or something. But so if we want to add modules, yeah, so it's fuel tank, crew pod, the storage bay, that's what that is. And this is the gun. So I think we can, what can we put in? A dynamo unit. I don't know what that's for. I've forgotten. But that's okay. I think we'll hold off for now. And this is to like save. So let's go to the shipyard. So yeah, so this is where you control your crew numbers and the little ships that come with it. As you can see, we've got that human ship that looks, well, there it is. I don't know what it looks like, but so let's depart the starbase, and let me see if I can remember what we're supposed to be doing. We definitely need to mine minerals, so I think let's head over to Mars. It is March 19th. I think we're just trying to kill some time before the space station. If I remember correctly, there's like 2 weeks, he said. Alright, well, there's not much here, but I'll dispatch anyway. And I'll pick these up. They really are not worth much, but what are you gonna do? So that's it for Mars. I don't think the gas giants really offer anything of value. But let's see what happens when we go to like this one. Oh, we could go to a moon. So we'll do that. I just want to see if anything happens. So there's Saturn. There is nothing on Saturn. And be kind of cruel if it allows you to dispatch your lander. I don't think you can, though. But here, we're on Titan. It's not much here either. But let's go ahead. Oh. I didn't like that. So I booked it. Okay, here's the star map. I wasn't planning on clicking this, but I did anyway. So there's Ilrath Space. Is that purple circle? Let's check our menu. Okay, so we got plenty of space. All right. I was kind of worried about loading up on the gray minerals, but we should have plenty of time to, or plenty of space to collect and all that. All right, so that was Saturn, so this will be Jupiter. If I can hit it. We could definitely use some movement modules. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Callisto. No minerals on Callisto. Oh well. Ganymede. Don't think these are particularly valuable, but they're easy. That's good for Ganymede. So March 13th. It's been like a month. I don't know when the game started specifically, but okay. Here on Europa, there's some decent stuff, I think. Can't tell those. I think those were some orange. They look kind of red. Let me check the cargo. Oh. Yeah, okay, so that we got some oranges, which were pretty good. Actually, grays are better than the light blue and the reds. Okay. I think we're good here. Actually, I'm gonna check my cargo one last time. Okay, I got plenty of space. Alright, let's see what the last planet's got. Io. And why not? Those look orange. So gotta be careful, gotta dodge the earthquakes. Alright, let me... Alright, those were definitely orange, so we definitely want to dispatch here and collect everything up. So the weather wasn't that bad either. Oh, almost got me. Perfect. I like how you pick a spot and you might land close to it, or they might throw you off a little. Alright. I do believe that should be well worth it. Why don't we take a look at there's Jupiter. There's the great the big spot. So yeah, this is a big part of the game, is exploring and collecting minerals to upgrade your ship. So this should be a pretty relaxed episode, I would think. It's probably gonna be mining in the solar system. There's Triton, which means we are at Neptune. Triton's got a whole lot of nothing. I will land here, right on the edge. I'm kind of wondering if you can go off the side, so I'm going to try it. See if you pop out on the other side if it's scrolling. Yes, it is. Cool. Alright, there's Triton. And I'll check Neptune too. Alright, we're missing Uranus and Pluto. Pluto is going to be that tiny little purple spot over here on the left. I am going to go to Uranus and then head back to the space station, though. Of course. No moons here, oh well. There's Uranus is a toxic green. Alright, so let's head back to the space station and see if unload these minerals, see if there's anything else going on.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. I have some information I think you should hear. Our deep space monitoring team has detected faint alien signals coming from Uranus or somewhere in that general direction. The emanations are definitely being generated from within the solar system and could represent the presence of a hierarchy spy.
Ah. Commander, I have minerals to offload.
Not a bad job, Captain.
Thank you.
Bring back lots of minerals, Captain.
I'll try my best. So I am quite interested in... I don't know what this is, but I'll add it. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Hopefully that'll help me turn faster. Though I don't remember what exactly it does. Probably be a good idea to figure that out. Alright, well, Uranus was over this way. But I'm going to head to Pluto. Okay, there's a single purple and something else on the map. I'll scoop that up. Mayday from surface. We have come under fire from an alien vessel we found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain, they killed Kowalski, Fritz, Chin, O'Donnell, Luigi, and all three of the Lieberman triplets. We have returned fire, but our stunner can't penetrate the ship's hull armor. We are initiating emergency launch procedures. End of transmission.
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty Captain Whistle. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spatewa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spate cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spate, is Happy Mappy Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
Attention, alien vessel. Identify yourself or be destroyed.
Of course. As I said, I am Captain Photo of the Spotty Lordship Star Runner. Our sensors have tracked your entry into the system, which you are no doubt here to conquer. And while you are certainly welcome to do so, we would be greatly appreciative if you would please just go away and forget this star system ever existed. If you don't go, it will greatly complicate our master-slave relationship with the Earth One, who stationed us here to watch over the Earthlings.
We suggest you immediately perform whatever cultural practices are customary to your species preceding death.
Certainly, most gracious destroyer. As is well known, before departing this mortal helix, all Spotty must complete the short transient ritual of Wadi Wada to be assured of a secure afterlife. And by allowing us to fulfill this requirement, you too shall be granted immortality in our beautiful afterworld, which is absolutely guaranteed to be free of similarly immortal monsters who would otherwise eat the both of us.
Because I am compassionate, you will not die until you have exhausted your usefulness.
My eternal gratitude is yours, O devastator of helpless beings. It's times like these that I am forced to feel almost, though not quite, sorry that the Oricon so thoroughly defeated and humiliated your species.
What are you doing here on Pluto?
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Urquan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Urquan armada, right up to the point at which the Urquan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
So what are you doing here on Pluto?
When the Oricon Armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Oricon presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat roles and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to free atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Earthone didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Inlet and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
Tell me what you're doing on Pluto now.
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spatty a bit uneasy because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. Though the Illrat kept telling us that it was impossible since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Illrat left, again we grew fearful and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto.
What happened to the Uranus stationed in this system?
The Ilrat contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, yes, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Earthbound dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ilrat's passivity and wanted them to kill or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went off to have some fun.
When do you expect the Uranus to return?
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of, real soon.
What is happening on the base on Luna then?
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there.
What happened to the other Spaffy ships?
Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-Guard forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spaffy call the Ultimate Evil.
How many crew do you have aboard?
Dozens, that is to say scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super-efficient, mass-destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today.
Hundreds, come on.
I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor Spaffy like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 Spaffy crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the Ultimate Evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand.
Who or what is the ultimate evil?
As yet, the ultimate evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the ultimate evil's nefarious intent.
Why are you still here, Captain Twifo?
Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Orphan, who stationed us here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely, but we decided it would be okay to send just one ship home. We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, Poon Taffy, to pick the lucky ship. Then, some months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt if we sent one more ship home. And then later we sent another, and then another. Well, you get the idea. Alas, as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Barriffo, was left here alone. For as even the most immature in wrestling knows, there must always be one spotter who puts the short top stick.
Where are the Urquan now?
Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Urquan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned.
Do you know anything about the other alien races?
We only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Yahat joined the hierarchy as combat thralls, while the Siren chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bug Squirt star system. No, that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Shafixti. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
What do you mean, blaze of glory? What happened to the Shofixti?
The Shofixti were half ethereal, as you know, having been uplifted by the Yahat just a few decades before the start of the war. Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, it came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Orquan Primary Task Force at their homeworld, the Shofixti caused their sun to explode in a colossal supernova, destroying the entire planetary system, and not incidentally dozens of Orquan dreadnoughts.
What about yourself, Whiffo?
Me? You mean me, personally? How nice of you to ask! I was born a poor green incrusting, the youngest child of a family of 18,487. My male parents had to work hard to support us, very hard. But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, what a treat, a golden memory. I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jam and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the next bush. So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a spotty of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well, so I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters. I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted, aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house, and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the Void-ship Star Runner headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy, where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
The galaxy teems with threatening monsters. Are you happy here, alone and vulnerable?
How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, and yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue, and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death.
I'm sure you'd feel a lot safer if you were with us. Come on, Fiffle, join our fleet.
Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your undying commitment to my well-being. I must wax melancholy for just a moment, though, and make sure you understand that any other spotty ships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to your friendly gestures as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Urquan enslavement and are also apt to talk themselves out of allying with a totally unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
Okay, now we have Captain Whiffo. in our fleet. I think I missed some pretty funny dialogue there, but that's okay. I think it's pretty well known on YouTube already. But why don't we head back to Earth, refuel, get some more crew, and then probably call it here for this episode. I kind of looked up while Fwifo was talking some information on the dynamo, and that's
Hello, Captain.
to do with energy.
Bring back lots of minerals, Captain.
Alright, I didn't really see anything that caught my attention there, but we can definitely refuel and collect crew. Alright, full crew. Let's put a full crew on Fwifo's ship too. And exit. Okay. So I think that'll do it for this episode. I'm going to read up on what to do next. And probably head towards the Spathy home world, I think. But that'll come next episode. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. More to come. I love you. Not really.